What's going on, ESGN Nation, and welcome to a quick episode of the Austin FC Manager Career Mode, as we're rooted in Austin here today. And we're going to take a quick look here at some stats and, of course, some standings as well, and just give you guys a look at what my thoughts are coming up here in this transfer window that we're in right now. And of course, we're in the it is the month of July, getting ready for this big game against Colorado. As you see right now, Austin right now in 12 matches are 9-3-0 with 30 points. We have a nice 10-point lead over San Jose, who's in second place there with a 6-2-3 record in 11 matches. So far we've been playing very well. We're I would say pretty much healthy. And I think for the most part here, our team is ready to continue going on the streak that we've been going on, as well as we're going to start, funneling in and getting some other players involved in our rotation. There's a lot of players I have in mind right now that I would like to get going. As for the summer transfer window right now, I think for the time being, we may not go after anybody. If we do, it would probably be a slight change with probably maybe bringing in a guy, and maybe for the most part here with some of the youth that we've been picking up here, which we've been picking up some great youth academy players. I think for the most part here, we'll try to give them some time to play overseas, over in England, different parts of Europe and South America and such. But yeah, Ryan Hardy, 21 goals for us right now in 11 matches. He is on fire right now. He also has 11 assists as well in those 11 matches. So he is pretty much continuing where he left off last season for us when he came in, and he pretty much took the team by storm in that second, once we got picked up in the transfer window this time last year in this series. He is just really taken over this team and done a great job there, and now we're trying to see if we can find the same thing to help us out on the defensive side of things. But like I said, for the most part here, I really think that we have this pretty solid team. I feel really comfortable with them, and just bringing in the right guys in here, they help us out, especially in the defensive side of things. We've got a lot of young guys. I'm ready to go. A lot of our 15-year-olds will be turning 16 very soon, that we were able to pick up from last season about this time in the game, at least season-wise. Should be getting ready to turn 16 and definitely are ready to play. Of course, I think we lost one guy. I think in particular, I can't remember exactly what his name was, but we had to let him go because he was wanting to he wanted to be released from our club, and I'm not going to hold guys here if they don't want to play here. And of course, we've been trying to figure out this logjam of defensive and mostly offensive play here for our club. But just take a look here. That's what our transfer looks like coming into last season, or I should say coming into the winter transfer window before the season started. And of course, like I said, brought in quite a bit of money here. Looks like we brought in roughly close to 20,000 or more, 20 million or so dollars into our team. So that's very nice. I like to see that, see money come in, and of course that gives us the opportunity to obviously get some players here that can help us out. I am looking at players in League 1, League 2, as well as the Champions League over in England, and also of course looking at the South American teams, clubs down in South America and Central America as well, and of course Mexico, to help us out, because there are some target countries that this Austin FC team actually goes after. I'm kind of trying to follow that, mimic the same things, the same places they go to in real life to help them out, to get a team. And of course, England, or excuse me, UK, like I mentioned before, and of course France, Germany, all those places like that. We're looking for players as well in those lower tier teams there that I feel like we can really sign, as well as of course youth academy. And of course that's what I want to do for this series, is really build up a youth academy, build up some youth players, to the point where maybe they're just too good to play for us. And then somewhere down the line there we can ship them out and sell them to other clubs for some big time money. But you take a look here, just some stats. I just want to show you guys what's going on with our club. And like I said, club is very healthy. The guys have been playing very well here. Very impressed with them so far. Like I said, Ryan Hardy's just been a huge change, difference maker for us. Sebastian obviously is back. He's having a little bit of a slow start. He did have a little hiccup there when he came back from being on the injured list. He had to stop playing for a couple games, he missed a couple matches, but since then he's been back and he's been doing very well. There you see, I believe he has 3 goals so far this season, including one clean sheet that he was involved in as well. And of course, I'm hoping really to get him going. Diego Flegas, he's been amazing for us as well. Rodney Reds, as well as Nick Lima. Nick Lima might be a guy there that we might end up have to let go, as he is one. There's a lot of teams actually requesting his services, and some teams are actually making some pretty good offers to us. So that might be something I might have to be seriously considering. Once we once we go into this transfer window here, as well as some other players. Oliver Gilliam, we've actually had an offer for him, but I said no deal. It was a pretty good size offer, but I feel like he's kind of the guy that I really want to go and have to help us, as a second string. I want to get him more involved in the U.S. Open Cup games. He has experience in that, but he's been doing pretty well. Now, as we take a look at some of our objectives, and of course, obviously, we've been hitting pretty much most importantly the most important objectives. With the Youth Academy, not so much. This year, we don't have to worry about too much there, because we've been developing talent, and they're not really asking us particularly to look for something here. I know last season we didn't really hit the mark too much when it came to, they wanted some Youth Academy players to play a certain percentage of games. But this year, you see here, brand exposure, we got to win at least 10 games this season. We've won 11, so I mean, we've smashed that record already in 12 matches here. Continental success, domestic success, yeah, we reached the round of 16. And of course, other success here for domestic success is to reach the playoff semifinals, which right now we're currently in first place and pretty much dominating MLS right now, as we're the best team in both conferences. So doing well in that part of our game. And of course, long term, we want to increase our club budget up to at least 30%. We're getting close to that. We're around 6%. And I think it'll get even higher once we go along with some more games, and of course some more victories underneath our belt. Now, development, like I said, doing very well in development here. Now, of course, there are a couple of players that I have in mind that we might end up cutting here pretty soon. MLS, we're not looking. I think you got a player somewhere in the high to mid 70s, or consider a pretty decent player, an elite player in the MLS. So we're getting close there. We got a couple good players here. If you take a look at some of these potentials, we got some pretty good potentials, and so we're still looking for those guys that have that 90 potential or higher to help us out, because that means once we get them and sign them, that potential, that means they're kind of locked in. Really, they can't get any lower. The highest potential is somewhere around the 80s, lower to mid 80s. Usually it's about mid 80s, 85 or so. So those are pretty much your players that you want to keep on your team. And of course, if they get better than that, if they have if their potential is still up in the 90s, then you got a superstar player that can really draw and make you some money. And of course, not just in the MLS, but eventually somewhere down the line, you can sell them off to a club like Liverpool or Chelsea or something like that. So we got a couple of guys that you've seen there on that list there. We just not too long ago there, and we'll talk more about those players here in a future video here. I got something I got coming up here once we get close to the latter half of the transfer window. But the transfer window is open. We had some players in mind, so if you guys think of any players that you'd like to see make our team, and like I said, realistically, ideal wise, I can't bring in a guy like what Miami did because we don't have that kind of money. I wish we did, but if there's a player that you think that can fit our budget and that can realistically be a good fit for us, we're looking for some more defensive players to help us out in that area. Let me know down below in the comment section. I would really appreciate it as well. But like I said, I just feel like we have a really good team this year, and teams like Portland, LA FC, I wouldn't say necessarily LA Galaxy, but Seattle, and probably I would say either Houston or maybe in Dallas. They might give us problems once we get further on down the road here. So pretty much we've been dominating the West. The East, not so much. The East is kind of looking a little sketchy. There's a lot of sketchy teams there. I don't think that right now, I think for the most part here, we would just, if we were in the Eastern Conference, we would definitely be just dwarfing them when it comes to wins and losses there. So we're in a good position right now, and we just want to try to get better and just bring in some fresh faces, and just really important, just rotate the team as much as we possibly can, and bring home some points. But that's it for this episode of Rooted in Austin. If you guys enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like. Don't forget to subscribe for more here on the channel. Remember, Austin FC series comes out every Friday here on ESGNet, here on the main channel. And of course, don't forget, we do have a nice little series with the Manchester United team here on FIFA 22 on the second channel there on ESGNet Plus LP. So definitely go check that out as well. But that's it for this episode. Hopefully you guys will stick around for more here on the channel, for more action on the pitch here with Austin FC. Like I said, all the socials are down below in the description as well. So again, as always, keep yourself each other healthy, and I will see you all next time.